Welcome to Drive Your Journey. Well, I've got a great guest today, Stephanie Vitacco with Keller Williams. Welcome. Stephanie has sold over 6,000 homes and been an inspiration to so many other agents. And I almost want to say women entrepreneurs out there, because you're making it happen every day. So this is for them. I want to ask you, when you started your career and as throughout your career, any great influencers that really stuck with you, mentors in your life that you want to share and how they affected you?
So Fred Sands. I started at Fred Sands.
That's when we first met.
Yes, yes.
In Northridge.
Yes, oh my gosh, a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was a huge influence in my career and in helping me with understanding the process and in setting me up with the right people within the company that also helped to guide me and steered me into the right direction.
Yeah, so who you pick or who you're deciding to work with
very important.
Is very, very important. As you continued your career, some of the trainers that you had gone to or seen in the past and some of the influences they had in your business.
So there was actually a client of mine who was a developer when I first got in the business, and he did not want to do any business with me whatsoever. He had the people that he was set up with, that he was loyal to. And I was able to get in front of him and he said, look, if you find me what I'm looking for, I will buy it through you. And I could see he was very successful, smart guy, knew what he was doing, and he allowed me to pick his brain. And at the same time, I was bringing him properties. So he was a very big influence to me, and I kept bringing him properties, and slowly, over time, he stopped using those other agents because he saw that I was a worker and I was willing to bring properties to the table. So he was a big influence.
Not only that, a big lesson that keep persistent. If you want to work with somebody, it's okay to be the number two.
Oh, completely.
It's just a matter of time before you're number one.
And I had no other clients. I had nothing else to do. So all I did was look for properties for him, and I was able to find them. And
just kind of go for it, right?
Yep.
Where'd you find your biggest successes?
Oh, I don't think it's any one thing. I think it's accumulation of doing small things over and over and over.
Repetition.
Repetition.
Repetition can be boring, and so people stop doing it.
I'm very boring.
Yeah.
Very boring.
Boring is good.
So it works for me.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you did, those daily disciplines, that helped you propel you to have the success you had?
So in the beginning, I went to my broker and I just said, what am I supposed to do? And they said, the basics, door knocks at open houses and show buyers. So I would literally just schedule it in. And if they told me, knock on 200 doors, I would knock on I just did exactly what they said, and I did it blindly. And they said, if you do this for 2 years, you'll be successful. So I was like, okay. So I just did it, and the success came a lot quicker than that because I just followed exactly what they said.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Let's talk about some of the biggest lessons you've learned.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, by the way, none of these questions are scripted. I'm just throwing questions at you. So if you're a little stumped, I apologize. But some of the biggest, the
biggest issues, the biggest challenges?
Whatever.
Oh,
gosh. Either.
Well, real estate is challenging in and of itself because as soon as you start to get going in a direction, the market switches or something changes. So you're constantly on your toes, and you can never ever rest on your laurels. You can never assume anything, no matter when you walk into that client's house, no matter how much you think that maybe you're going to be the one, you have to assume that you're not, and you have to do your full presentation, and you can't take anything for granted. And anytime that if I'm a little tired or I'm not completely on my game, you just don't bother showing up.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that one episode of The Office where Dwight goes to make a sales call and he's in the back seat getting all excited so he'd be ready for it. Sometimes we need to do that, get our energy up and be ready to be on game.
You have to be present. You have to be engaged. Otherwise, they'll feel it. And it's usually their biggest transaction, so you have to be very present for that.
Last two questions. First one is, what advice would you give your younger real estate professional self?
Oh, that is a good one. To be patient, to know that if you stick to it, it will happen, and to know that, and this is a tough one, that you're not going to get everyone. So even though if you're at how many at bats, right? As long as you're up there constantly, you're going to have a good batting average, but you're not going to get everyone, and I hate that.
Is it not true? I know, but isn't it not true? And I find this in the mortgage world all the time. they end up going somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I still keep treating them
Yes.
like they're very important.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
they always come back.
Yeah.
They always come. It's not like your kids. They always come back
Right,
home.
right.
You just keep treating them with respect,
Absolutely.
with knowledge. Whether you use me or not, I want to be a resource to you when it comes to
Absolutely.
whatever your profession is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Last question, and thank you for letting me throw some questions at you. Hopefully, a lot of people will get some wisdom. I'm sure they will out of this. What advice would you give a young girl that's got dreams and aspirations and whatever they want in life? Because you've succeeded very successfully in the real estate world. No matter what they're going to be, what advice would you give?
I would say that it's success defined is different to everyone. What success is to me might not be for someone else. So if it's that you want to have a bunch of children, or you want to devote yourself to a career, or to your partner, or whatever it is, to be true to yourself, learn your nature, know who you are, and then stick to that. Because what is successful for one person is not for the other.
Yeah, keep pursuing your dreams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, enjoy your journey. Well, continue to enjoy your journey.
Likewise,
You know, it's
thank
interesting.
you.
We're almost 3 decades into it, and I feel as young as ever. I don't feel tired. I feel like I could do this another 20 years and enjoy it.
Me too.
And it's a great business. So thank you for letting me share your wisdom with the world.
No, my pleasure. Thank you for including me.
Absolutely. Well, keep driving your journey until we talk again. This is Fred Arnold.